Bloody hell, do we have a lot of connection issues. But I think I fixed it. Well, hello, replay viewers, for a second time. Let's see who tunes on in. Sunshine After Rain is the first one in the room. And Dan Harsman, welcome. Good to see you. Dave Jeffries in Niagara Falls. And By the Book, welcome. Good to see you. Lee and Ann F., welcome. Good to see you. Travis Weeks and Oleg Zygniev, welcome. Good to see you. Brian Bell and Sally Skipico. Happy birthday, Sally. Happy birthday. Good to see you, Gabby, welcome. And Autumn Loring, welcome. Good to see you, Ann F. and ABX Girl, welcome. Good to see you, Robert T. and Land Rover, welcome. Good to see you, LW and Cake 813. Robert T. Autumn Loring. Who else do we have here? Kaz Cats is in Finland. Good to see you, Kaz Cats. Dave in Bangor, Maine, welcome. Colleen over there in Cyprus. And Bagels and Walks right here in the Upper East Side. Good to see y'all. Did I miss anyone? Good to see you, Jerry, welcome. And Big T and Memzatobe, welcome. Cleveland Rocks. Good to see you, Big T. Good to see you, Neil. Good to see you, Mary Lily. Who else do we have here? Loud and clear indeed. Good to see you, Mark Freeman down there in Texarkana. Stephanie Stearns, welcome. Bloody hell, this is an annoying signal today. Welcome to, we're going to be in Central Park here in a minute, but let's let people tune in. 59th Street, 5th Avenue. That's where the hell we are right now. I had to cross the street. Good to see you, D Dirty, welcome. I am terrified that once I walk across the street, I'm going to lose the signal. But we have early spring blooms in Central Park, so we have to take advantage and see the spring blooms, people. Let's let some more people tune in. We're in Manhattan after all, so this is where we get the numbers, right? Yeah, of course. 61 people watching, only 38 likes. I'm not going to move until we hit 75 likes. Let's do 75. Let people tune in here. You get to see a good chunk of Central Park. If Nabul tunes in, we have our graphic. But good to see everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. I'm certainly having a great Tuesday. Are you having a great Tuesday? Good to see everybody. You guys, hopefully we have a decent signal now. We're going to do a standard walking tour here in Central Park. Doing a standard walking tour in Central Park today. Good to see you, Diana Lee, out there in London. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see everybody, people. Awesome Tuesday sunshine. Yeah, me too. Beautiful out here. I just wish it wasn't so windy. It's windy up here in New York today. It was a beautiful morning, and then yeah. Okay, I could get rid of my pinned comment. Good to see everybody. Welcome. Yeah, some cotton wool clouds flying across the air. We should get, if the signal holds, we should get some beautiful views today. We got some early blossoming trees in the park. That's why we're here. No, Neil, no puppet eyes yet. No puppet eyes yet, Neil. Good to see you, John Burke. Welcome. Waiting for 75. We want 75 likes. And then I'll get moving around. Will we lose the signal once I get walking around? Stay tuned and find out. Because I am determined to do a loop of the park for you guys. Good to see you, Phyllis 2284. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see everybody, people. Barbara C. Good to see you. Welcome. Oh no, it's I'm actually hearing that for the first time. I knew she made a video, but I didn't watch it. Oh, that's awful. Well, I wish her nothing but a speedy recovery. I'm so sorry to hear that, Travis. That's awful. That's awful. Well, Angela, if you're watching this, speedy recovery, Angela. Speedy recovery. Good to see everybody. I did not know that. I know she did a video in the hospital, but I didn't get to really sit down and watch it. So, speedy recovery there, Angela. So sorry to hear that. Oh, Mark, did you enjoy the Instagram yesterday? That was me really ranting yesterday in the rain. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Hey, it's the Apple Store. That's where we're starting out from today. Good to see you, Sarah C. Welcome. Waiting for 75 likes. 75 likes and you'll activate my legs. We had people sit in front of the camera, so that's why I moved. Hit that like button. Let me know you care. I'm going to entertain you for the next couple of hours. Hopefully the signal holds out. Hopefully we get to see some early cherry blossoms here in the park. So far the signal's doing really good, but I'm worried that once I cross the street into the park, it's going to drop out. So you like the neon? It's like some weird effect. It's supposed to be the Apple Intelligence that's, you know, the ghost in the machine in this phone that I'm using right now. It's figuring out my buying habits. How to better market to me through artificial intelligence. Apple knows. It's the and by the way, iPhone 16, the ghost in the machine phone. Check out Rob Braxman here on YouTube. He did a great video about the ghost in the machine phone. Impressive indeed. 10 more likes and I'll get moving and you get a Central Park walking tour of Central Park. If Nabul tunes in, we got our park graphic. I made that on the way up here on the train. Yes, indeed. Dark matter people need their big bang to push the like button. That's right. Shout out to the dark matter people. It's a little breezy. The microphone situation with Prism Live hasn't resolved itself. Good to see you, Lisa. Welcome. But we're gonna do the best of it. We're gonna see the blossoming trees in Central Park. Early blossoms here in Central Park. I think now it begins. Starting today, it's gonna be. We're gonna try to get blossoms here in here in New York City almost every day here. We're gonna do blossoms for blossom. Good to see you, Liz. Aloha, Liz. Steelheart Gabber, welcome. Ollie G, good to see you, Ollie G. Waiting for 75 likes. Then we'll get walking around. Hopefully we don't drop the signal completely. But early blossoms in Central Park. I appreciate everyone who hits the like button as they come in. But it is cherry blossoming tree season here on the channel. We're here at the Apple Store. Oh, 77. Yay! Let's go. Let's enjoy Central Park on a beautiful Tuesday after. You remember that show, Blossom? That was on NBC. With my imagination, the sun is gonna surely shine. Oh, you cut off the... It's not a piece of cake driving like that. Ridiculous. It's not a piece of cake driving like that. That's right, Mayim Bialik. That's right, yes, Mayim Bialik there. If you guys know, it's Mayim Bialik. Yes, indeed, Diana. Oh, look at this shit. This is like the edge of the congestion. Signal doing weird shit over here. Signal's doing weird shit. Whatever happened to Joey Lawrence? He's still on TV. He's still on TV. It's the Plaza Hotel right there. Right, it's a podcast. There you go. It's the Joey Lawrence podcast. Whoa. The Joey Lawrence podcast on NBC. Oh, there goes the signal. See, I knew it. There is something going on around. Connection. Hopefully. There we go. Okay. There is something giving off. Oh, there it goes again. There is something giving the signal a whack around here. I don't know what the hell, where it is. Hey guys, can you guys still hear me? Let me know if you can still hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you could still hear me. All right, Ollie can still hear me. Nice. Dave and Bangor, Maine. Gabby can still hear me. Diana Lee, Liz, now you can. It's in and out, okay. In and out. We may have to abandon our Central Park walk. The connection is complete trash. All right. Above signal minimums.
¿Estamos bien?
Si frenas así de golpe, la...
All right, above signal minimums. We're above signal minimums now. So if you guys don't know, as I can tell in the chat that some of you may not understand, I do have lots of signal indicators on my end, which let me know how strong the signal is. So we should be coming in now loud and clear. All right, welcome to Central Park, everybody. There we go. Wow, now we maxed out the signal all of a sudden. We've maxed out the signal. We begin our well, welcome to the show, everybody. But didn't say hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the show. Good to see you out there in Toronto. Good to see everybody, people. Welcome. Central Park right here. We're on 59th Street right here, and we begin our Central Park walking tour across the street from 40 Central Park South. This is where Tony Bennett used to live. Tony Bennett, his neighbor used to be Lady Gaga. They used to live right in here, and this is where we're going to begin our Central Park walking tour today, right here at Tony Bennett's house. This is where we begin, everybody, right here. Seems to be a lot of construction going on down here. I have a feeling this is why there's so much signal congestion down by 5th Avenue. It's a little annoying. Do you like that lake there? That's the pond, actually. You're looking at the pond down here. The lake is a little further up. We will see the lake later on. He did leave his heart here. One of my favorite all-time New Yorkers, the great Tony Bennett. But good to see you cruising for a bluesing. Good to see everybody. If I missed you, say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. Let me give you a shout out. Hopefully this signal will hold out. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in the park. Yeah, please be patient today. Today's going to be a day where it's going to be, you're going to have patience. If you don't have patience, I do not recommend today's stream. It'll be a day where it's going to be, you're going to have patience. If you don't have patience, I do not recommend today's stream. Because the signal is really, really bouncing around today. And mind you, we're back now, right, guys? We're back, right?
He got the bite wire.
We're back.
He got the bite wire. Hey, bite.
Right, are we back? Good to see you, Karen. Right, are we back? Are we good? No problem? Are we back? I'm confused. Let's see what I look like. Yeah, we should be good. I see a connection on my end. Right? Robert says we're back. All right. Yes, we are. We're back. Okay. Yes, it's good. Make sure you reboot the live stream there. Make sure you're up to date with the chat. All good, Karen. Welcome on in. We're going to do a nice slow pace. We're going to do a nice slow pace here. Let's see if we can find Tony Bennett's bench. This is where we begin. Right up the block from Tony Bennett's house. Nature is the boss. Nature is the boss. All right, let's head into the park here.
see your videos on YouTube.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
What's my name?
Huh?
What's my name?
I forgot the name, but I see your videos on YouTube.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Yes. Tell me one more time. I know your voice just from your.
You know my voice?
Yes.
My name is Dutch Maz.
Yes, that's right.
Good
Bro,
to
I
see
swear,
you.
I've seen your videos on YouTube. You're
Yeah?
cool. You know,
I'm doing
lot
a
of-
doing a tour of the park, man.
yeah,
It's
a lot of
the
people
cherry
enjoy that,
blossoms.
so it's good.
Yeah, thanks for watching, man.
The blossoms will be here next week.
Next week? Okay.
On the 3rd, the 4th,
You
they're
hear
gonna
this?
bloom. They're ready to make everybody happy.
Yes.
So everybody can come and take pictures, selfies. They even can contact me at Go Hybrid NYC.
There you
And I'll
go.
give them a nice tour.
All
Go
right.
Hybrid NYC.
Have a good one.
Peace and love. Peace.
Peace, man. Later.
Welcome to New York, everybody.
There you go. Next week, he's saying. Next week is going to be peak blossom time. I think it is too. I know, self-promo, I know. Now, see, you need a license to do a rickshaw, so. He is licensed by other city. I'm not a celebrity. If they can't remember my name, I'm not famous. All right, hopefully this connection is good. I should have said H3HC Productions, right? I saw that comment. I think he was charging his passengers for chatting, yeah. Who knows? He knew the voice. Yeah, he probably did know the voice, but come on, you got to know the name. Some people get me mixed up with people that I can't even understand even what they... Hopefully we can maintain it. But let's head up. We're going to stay on the drive here. We're not going to do a standard Central Park walking tour. Good to see you, Jose Torres. Well, pa Puerto Rico, bienvenidos. Jose Torres. Yeah, they recognize the voice, but they don't remember my name. He's talking about Billionaires Row buildings. Billionaires Row. Yeah, Billionaires Row. The Pennsylvania buildings.
Look up there. That one over there has
Oh my God, he's just like talking nonsense. Wait, he's talking about portals? What the hell is he talking about? Anyway, it's urban legend, that's right. I used to drive a pedicab before they were regulated. He's just talking nonsense. He's talking about portals and shit. What the hell?
I'm like, if someone.
Yeah, maybe it's an entry portal. Who knows? For dragons or something, all right? Like the buildings in Hong Kong, right? They put the holes in the side of the building so the dragons can fly through it. Anyway. Can you get a selfie? Of course you can, Autumn Mallory. All right, we're gonna walk nice and slow on the main drive here. And we're gonna stay on the drive. I used to make crazy cash doing the whatchamacallit, doing the pedicab drives. I used to make good money doing that. Now it's like all regulated and shit. And, yeah. Even though I got a tour guide license, I think I'm technically allowed to do it if I have a tour guide license. Walks in camera, good to see ya. As you see, early colors here in Central Park. If you've never been to Central Park before, it's all man-made. If you want to build Central Park in your hometown, you can. The instructions are on the internet. All you need is 843 acres, 27,000 pathways, 11.5 million cartloads of topsoil, 3,000 plants of shrubs and bushes. Not real, guys. All man-made. I would make a great host for Cash Cab. Absolutely. I want to be the next Ben Bailey. 2,000 squirrels, as estimated. Got took over the copyright. That's gonna be the #1 copyright. Good to see you, Susan. Welcome. Okay, looks like as we continue on the drive here, we get good connection. Oh, there we go. I just got the Notify NYC. Okay. Oh, there's shit going down in Midtown, guys. I'm not going anywhere near there. Sorry, I'm staying in the park. There's shit going down in Midtown. I knew the connection was weird because for something. There's some kind of protest going on. I'm gonna avoid it. I just got the notification. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, good to see you there, Dirty Jersey. Look how beautiful this is. Oh, look at this. Yes. Yes. First blooms here in Central Park. Yeah, off in the background, you got the dairy. One of the first 4 buildings, original buildings. Of course, I'm familiar with Seneca Village, Javi. I actually done a couple of live streams exclusively about Seneca Village. We're going to be making our way close to Seneca Village. We'll be on just the outskirts of it because we're going to loop the reservoir today. So stay tuned, and I might tell you a thing about Seneca Village. Stay tuned. The dairy, the Chess and Checkers house is just behind these trees here. And then right over here is the carousel. And that carousel that's in there now was originally built in Coney Island back in 1919. Brought over here in 1954. Good to see you, RJ, up there in Colorado. Hopefully now the signal gods will provide us with a good signal. And let me make sure, yes. Make sure that's turned on. So if you guys want to release Chaos Emeralds, Super Chats release Chaos Emeralds. Unfortunately, Super Stickers do not apply. Good to see you, Jeanette Trainer. Welcome. We're going to stay on the drive. Normally right here is the mall. And I think today we're going to skip the mall because I know there's some more blossoming trees down there near Quaker Hill. So, and the native flora garden. So we're going to go over there. We're just going to stay on the main drive here and go all the way up. Because we got to get to the reservoir. But good to see you, Jeanette Trainer, up there in Glasgow. Welcome. If you're new to the broadcast, are you finding this by accident? Tell me where you're watching from. Let me give you a shout out. Welcome to Central Park, where we're keeping on with the signal. Chat is slow today. I'm surprised how slow the chat is. We're in Central Park. But that's good. Guys are so enthralled with the coverage. E-Bike Mike. Oh my goodness, you're under the VZ at Fort Wadsworth. It is windy as hell, I know. Well, enjoy the ride there, E-Bike Mike. It's a perfect day for an e-bike ride. That is for sure. Love nature, me too. Me too. And Karen J. McLean with a $2.79 Canadian super chat. Karen, thank you so much for triggering the Chaos Emeralds with a very generous $2.79 Canadian super chat. Thank you. Much, 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 much appreciated. Welcome for the cherry blossoms. I'm happy we cannot go into the mall. There's no signal in the mall. There it goes. There is no signal over there. But thank you so much, Karen, up there in Canada. Much appreciated. Look at that. There goes that connection again. Wow, we have 2 connections and it's going out. See, is this gonna work over here? Bloody hell with the signal. All right, we're gonna continue on. Let's slowly go this way. Early trees blossoming, if you guys can still hear me. We're probably dropping a lot of frames right now. The signal is trying to come back. As you can see, some early signs of spring. Early blossoms here in Central Park. We're gonna move nice and continue to move here. I don't know what is going on with the connection today. It is nothing short of awful. Oh yeah, I see what we're doing. I see what we're doing. We're dropping frame. Hang on in there, guys. We'll hopefully get back to better connection as we continue to move. Yes, indeed, Mr. Bot. There we go. Just above minimums again. Just above minimums once again here. This is a tough day in the park. Holy park. All right. So it dropped my message to you. I don't understand. It dropped your message to me. I don't know.
Yeah, Wednesday tomorrow they'll be back.
All right, let's see. You guys got me? We got some nice blossoming trees here. Look at this. Look at this. Early signs in spring here. Early signs of spring. Anybody else commenting? I only see one person commenting a lot. Very nice indeed, Mr. Bot. Very pretty indeed, Danielle. You just, Karen, you're here just quiet? Okay, Karen. I got you. All right, looks like we're halfway decent right now. Looks like we're halfway decent right now. The connection is not the best today. Mind you, we're on 2 connections. We're on the T-Mobile and Verizon connection. The VPN is supposed to be working correct. Got some snow outside. Nice. Well, this is it. Karen, spring is on the way, Karen. Spring is on the way. I wonder why the connection is so crap today. Wow. Wow, this is like one of the worst connections I've ever had in the park. Colleen, I'm glad you're enjoying and watching. I know we're dropping frames. It's windy in spots, Mike. It's windy in spots. Like right now I'm in a spot where it's not so windy, but then there's other spots of the park where it's very windy. Snow in late March. No, it's not nice. Wow, what is up with the connection today? What is up with the connection? And we're above signal minimums. Make sure you reboot the stream now to make sure that you're up to date with the chat. Up above signal minimums once again. I'm a little nervous what it's going to be like over on the bridle path. Still a peaceful stream, Mark. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mark. You can see we got some trees really coming out. Really beginning to blossom out here. We're on the east side of the park. We're just across the street from the Frick Gallery. One of the last mansions along Fifth Avenue. But we're right along the Fifth Avenue side of the park. We're literally just inside from the Fifth Avenue side. Good to see you, Margie Blah. Look at these trees. Early signs of spring, people. So, you know, every now and then, Karen, you do see horses. People do. I have actually been a part of some tours where people have brought in horses. Like you need like a special permit from the Central Park Alliance. But basically you have to coordinate with them. And then what you do is you utilize the parking lot behind Tavern on the Green. And that is your departure and pickup spot for the horses. So you will bring your horses from your stable. You'll park your trailer there. And then you do a couple of laps of the park with the horses. But it's very, very controlled. And there's nowhere where you could go and just like rent horses for an afternoon. You used to be able to do that a long time ago. Not anymore. Do we see any Tweety birds? Tom, I'll be on the lookout. I'll be on the lookout for Tweety birds. Okay, as we make our way closer to 72nd Street, the connection is improving by leaps and bounds. But look, we got some early blossoming trees here. They're just beginning to come out. They're just beginning to come out. Just beginning to come out. Early signs of spring here in Central Park. Awesome. E-bike Mike, have a good ride, man. Have a good ride back home. Today is the day to be on the e-bike. Now, e-bike Mike, you reached out to me on Instagram. I might send you a text if you're not doing anything on Saturday. I'll let you know. Something going down on Saturday morning that I could maybe let you be a part of. If you're down for coming to the city in the morning, of course. All right, we're gonna head down to the conservatory water. Look at that. Wow. Them out. But yeah, Mike, I got you, man. If you want to come into the city on Saturday morning, if you want to ride over, come for a little bike ride with me in the morning. I'll send you the coordinates. All right, this is 72nd Street, 5th Avenue. It's telling me to wait, but... All right, let's continue to walk this outer edge of the park here. Ah, the crocuses and the daffodils, as well as tree blossoms. You're more than welcome, Diana. You are more than welcome. We're walking literally just on the outside of the park here, on the edge of the park here. Because in a little bit, I'm gonna kind of make my way deeper into the park, and we'll see what kind of connection we could maintain. I feel like if I just walk slow, I could have the antennas, the cell connection antenna stay on me. Let's hope it works. This is the conservatory water, better known as the model boat pond. If you saw the movie Stuart Little, this is where we have the yacht race. We usually come along the conservatory water from the other side when we're coming over from the mall. Very seldomly on this side here. So the boathouse side here. How long does it take to visit everywhere in Central Park? Probably a month. Central Park is big. It's 843 acres large, and there's lots of little landmarks here in the park. So you could easily spend a day going to multiple locations of the park. But I would say if you want to see everywhere, in quotation marks, that'll be about a month. Again, 58 miles of pedestrian pathways, 843 acres, lots of statues. Looks like they just put the water in for the conservatory waters. It's really clear. See how clean the water is? Wow, the water's really clean. I almost want to go in there. It looks like inviting. It looks refreshing and inviting. Yeah, look, the hose is right here. So of course, this whole body of water was fed by that one fire hydrant right over there.
Yeah, and we, by the way,
So this is all New York City tap water you see right here. And then the conservatory water, we're now at around 75th Street on the 5th Avenue side. We're now coming up to the Margarita Delacorte Memorial. We all know it better as Alice in Wonderland. Jose de Kreeft created this statue back in 1957. Cast all the parts separately out in Brooklyn, brought over here, field welded to one continuous sculpture. There she is, holding court, as she always does. Alice in Wonderland. Yay! JR Explorers, good to see you up there in San Antonio. Me too, JR, me too. The Duchess sent me some, she sent me some Instagram posts of the blossoming trees up here, so we're gonna go see the blossoming trees. That's really all we're here. But I wanna rejoin the, the main drive here. So let's see if we could do that. Let's see how the signal holds up as we get a little bit deeper into the park. Yeah, it's that time, JR. I think from now and the next like 3 weeks, we're gonna be looking for blossoming trees. Got some early colors up there. Park. So if you're just tuning in, we are dealing with some serious connection issues today. The signal is not the best here in the park. Probably some of the worst connection issues I've had in a few years. So if we do drop out, please be patient. I will be back. It's just today the park is not being very friendly to us connection-wise. But good to see you, Ron. Good to see you, Brian Davis. Welcome. Look at those beautiful yellows over here. As we go arch, we will see the Metropolitan Museum of Art in front of us. Yeah, even underneath the underpasses, we're having like serious connection issues. It is so weird today in the park. I think moving forward now, if I know I have a connection issue, I'm just gonna be quiet and I'm gonna try to move to an area that has a better connection. So if I get a little quiet, just look for the graphic on the lower right-hand side of the screen and you'll see that we're having a connection issue, and just pack a little patience today. There's no doubt a lot of people in the park today. The only park inside, the only building Oleg asks, switching 720, can that help? It used to, but not anymore, Oleg. Not anymore. We used to, but not anymore. All right. We're back up above signal minimums. As we go over the 79th Street Traverse. We're having a shit connection in the park today. That is for sure. All right, now it's getting a little bit better. All right, let's show you guys what we have done so far in the last 50 minutes. All right, so we started down here at Grand Army Plaza. We then kind of made our way down into the park here at 6th Avenue. Then we made our way up along the Century Drive, another the Dene and the Dene slope to the East Green, made it by Pilgrim Hill, Conservatory Water, Alice in Wonderland, Glade Arch, and now we're up here now. And we're gonna continue on. Let's continue up the east side of Central Park. One of my top 4 New York City films, New York City, a documentary, the Brooklyn Bridge documentary by Ken Burns, the Coney Island documentary by Ken Burns, and there's one more film that I can't. Oh, The Cruise by Timothy Speed Levitch. Those are my 4 favorite movies about New York City. You never seen this park before, Kobu? Welcome. In front of us, you get to see a little glimpse of Cleopatra's Needle. And actually, maybe I should go by Cleopatra's Needle because I see blossoming trees over there. Actually, but I know over there has a shit signal, so it's like pick your poison. And, you know, let's continue on this way. Wild Style is a great movie. Me and the Duchess saw Wild Style in the theater a couple of years back. So a beautiful 35mm print of it. Yep, Style Wars, that's the other one. Those are fun movies. Beach Street's okay. There's Cleopatra's Needle.
Is it yours or is it a public?
Cleopatra's Needle, created in 1450 BC for King Ramses III. So thus it has nothing to do with Cleopatra. Brought over here in the 1880s. We thought we lost it at sea. Has an amazing story of its passage across the Atlantic to here. Warriors is cool. Warriors is fun. What's the cruise? The cruise is about New York City tour guide Timothy Speed Levitch. So it's about a double-decker bus tour guide. And he is definitely one of my inspirations behind the live stream and inspirations to how I live my life. And the movie came out in like, I think it was 1991, or no, sorry, 1998. The movie came out in 1998. When I do my whole spiel about how many trees and stuff like that, that's Timothy Speed Levitch. Where can you find it? Probably on Netflix. If not Netflix, it actually streams on a lot of different platforms. That's a question that I don't know exactly because it does change. So just do a search and you can find out where it streams on. Because I don't know what it streams on just off the top of my head. Because it changes from time to time.
So Spoling had that Jimmy.
Some more beautiful blossoming trees coming up. We're now on the back side of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. First blossoms right here. Look at this. Wow. First blossoms, everybody. Spring is officially here. And I see the connection is real shit, huh guys? The connection is not the best. New Jack City is a funny movie. Is it bad that I consider New Jack City a comedy? Hopefully not too much pollen. It's not bad. The pollen isn't bad. I could deal with the pollen. I'm not allergic or anything like that. Am I a criterion collector? Not necessarily, no.
Siellä on elintaso taas sit kuitenkin se.
You guys hear that wind? First signs of spring. Happy New Year, everybody. All right, looks like now we have a solid signal that's not bouncing around too much on us, which is good. We're now going to begin to hop onto the whatchamacallit, into the bridle path now. Happy New Year, everybody. I don't know why somebody would be playing Old Lang Syne on that little Chinese violin there. But it tends to be a tradition. Tends to be a tradition. Well, it's quiet. If you're new to the broadcast, I mean, where you watch from, let me give you a shout out. Chat is quiet. Maybe that's the only song he knows. Buddy, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. 2026 already. It's 2026. Oh, bloody hell with this connection today. This is why nobody's watching. This is why nobody's watching today. I just got a shit connection. Oh my Lord, with the shit connection today. We can't cut a break today in the park. We can't cut a break in the park today. We had an almost perfect signal. Now it's dropped out completely. Yes, can we just throw 2025 already into the waste paper bin? Good to see you, Nicholas. Welcome. Sorry about the connection, everybody. Beautiful blue sky, fluffy clouds. Probably not nobody. It's tough. I was worried about this. And now that we do have a confirmed something going on down in Midtown, this is why the connection is shit. It's because whenever you get like these various protests happening and whatnot, it totally kills the signal. Yeah, some people do have the stream on in the background. That is true. I think the trees are better on the east side. Just keep moving here. That's all we could do. That's all we could do right now for this portion of the walk. I do not remember the connection being this bad in quite some time. Yeah, we're right by the Guggenheim Museum. And there is, oh, we're just above signal minimums now. Maybe not. Oh, you gotta love it when the signal is shit. Enjoying the pleasant sounds of the park. I appreciate that, Mark. Thank you, man. Looks like we're not dropping too many frames. It's like almost acceptable. It's a shame because I really want to show you guys all these blossoms here coming on out. There we go. Park is still beautiful even with a crappy signal. We're just above signal minimums now. Yeah, the Guggenheim, casual observer. One of my favorite buildings in New York City, the Guggenheim. The Guggenheim was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright in 1954. The entire main gallery is on a spiral ramp. So here's the trick to seeing the Guggenheim. Take the elevator to the top floor and then walk down the spiral ramp. You won't miss a bit of art and you won't get tired as you walk down the ramp. Here's a little fun fact. But good to see you, Liz. Good to see you, casual observer. Good to see you, Mark. Good to see everybody. Thanks for sticking with me, guys, with the terrible signal. Thanks for sticking with me. Now, when we get to the east side of the park, we should have some, or west side of the park, we should have some beautiful blossoms to look at. But first, we got to get there. First, we got to get there. But good to see everybody. Oh, really? Wow, didn't know that, casual. Good to see you, MS. Welcome. We're now across the street from the Cooper Hewitt Museum of Architecture and Design. And that's where Andrew Carnegie used to live, one of the last mansions along Millionaires Row, here along 5th Avenue. Ah, there you go, Cake. Cake, that's a smart move, Cake 813. It's a smart move. Good to see you, Michael, out there, United Kingdom. Welcome. Now, if you've never been to the Cooper Hewitt there, it's a fun museum because it's literally a mansion, it's somebody's house still. So you got some really cool exhibits in there, but that are always changing. But it really does feel like you're living in a house. So you want to make believe that you have a mansion along Millionaires Row for an afternoon, head over to the Cooper Hewitt. A lot of kids nowadays don't know that. No. We're on the bridle path on the east side of the park. The Jacqueline Canyonas's Reservoir. It's just off to my left-hand side. 5th Avenue just to my right-hand side. Yeah, it's pretty cool, casual observer, yeah. Beautiful wooden staircases, wood trim. I mean, a lot of the original, little stylish features of the house are still around. Good to see you, Cammy. Is that a mansion available for me to do a tour inside? I don't think you get the best signal in there, Cammy. You know, museums are real hit and miss when it comes to live streaming. And I think way back, it was like back in Periscope days, I live streamed in there. I live streamed inside the Cooper Hewitt and did not have a good signal. So, I mean, maybe we could always try again. Everything's worth a second try, right? Good to see you, Jazz Dog. Welcome. Yeah, maybe a premiere vid, yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly. A lot of museums do ban gimbals for whatever reason. That is true as well. But hey, we got to see, hope you guys enjoyed our Macy's video that I premiered yesterday morning. Seem to be getting quite a lot of feedback on that video. So pretty excited about that. If you haven't seen it already, check it out. We were literally inside the Macy's in downtown Brooklyn 2 hours before it closed forever. That's the old A&S. I didn't realize that Macy's added so much frontage to the mall there. I mean, to the store there. Like a lot of the original features of the building are covered up. I can assure you that they're still there because the building is landmarked. It does have a landmarked interior and exterior. I appreciate that, Mr. Bob. Thank you. As the wind picks up. Wind's coming right up the reservoir here. Also picking up a little bit of dust. But I'm happy to have documented the last moments of the Macy's. So get ready for the music. You ready for this, guys? The music was real music. It was recorded from a 1974 album. And evidently one of the two songs I used does have a copyright on it, but it's like a shared copyright. So we share the revenue. But that is real music from a mall. From what I've read about the album that I sampled from, and there's more songs that I'm no doubt going to sample from in the future, that mall music was played in a ton of malls in the Southeast and on the West Coast. So there's a very good chance that if you visited a mall in the Southeast or West Coast, that you heard that music. And again, it was released between 1974 and 1975. The link to the album is in the video, so you could do some more research on your own. But that is real. That was real mall music. They were playing Rihanna when we were in there. They were playing Rihanna and somebody else that I know that if I would have just used the actual ambient sounds of the mall, of Macy's, I would have got the copyright. So, and plus I was kind of like planning out the walkthrough with the Duchess as we did the walkthrough there, so no need to hear me say, hey, let's go over here, let's go over there. So I just really wanted to show you guys the ambiance of the mall, and then might as well. I found some nice, mall music I could use. But that's real music. That's real music. Yeah, gave you all the feels there. That's what I like to hear. But we will use more of that music in the future. Yeah, no, Lisa, yeah, I think there were 13 tracks on that album, and those were the two tracks that kind of spoke to me, made me feel like, oh yeah, this kind of gives the vibe. Yeah, it is sad. I mean, it's a historic store, Lisa. There is going to be a new store going in there. I heard everything between the Kohl's and now I hear Bloomingdale's. So who knows who's going to move in there, but from what the Downtown Brooklyn Alliance has said publicly, a new retail store will be occupying that space within a year. So let's see what happens. NYC girl, good to see you, NYC girl. Yes, indeed, Kaz. A lovely day for a walk through the park. If you're new to the broadcast, just joining in, now I can give shout outs. Tell me where you're watching from. Let me give you a shout out. If you haven't said hello already, we have a good signal right here in this little stretch. I have a very good signal right here. Look at the color on this. Wow. Look at the colors on this. Wow. Look at this. Let's zoom in on this. This is beautiful. Wow, look at the color on that. Wow, that's tripped out. Beautiful day. Look at this. Unbelievable, people. GF Jerks from Lindenhurst, welcome. I can honestly tell you I do not know what these are. So if you guys know what these are, let me know. Because I don't know what these are. I am not an arborist or horticulturist. Yeah, we do need the honeybees to wake up and get busy. I know. It's very true. Isn't that lovely? Shout out to all the channel members. Thanks to all the channel members. This broadcast is brought to us in stunning 1080p. Looks like azaleas. So we got azaleas. Is the #1 guest right now. Azaleas. Not too many sirens as normal. I mean, that's pretty normal, Cass, to hear that many sirens, to be honest. There's really nothing out of the ordinary. We're going to take the bridle path now from the east side to the west side. We're following along the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir. The reservoir, of course, predates the park. The Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir was built in 1811 as a part of the Croton Aqueduct system, the first freshwater system for the city of New York. Yeah, maybe something's going on. I think something might be going on over there. We're not gonna go over there. There are people seem to be rallying over there on 5th Avenue. That's right by Mount Sinai Hospital, so that's what's over there. Mount Sinai is over there. Oh yeah, more tree. Definitely some more. I can see some more trees kind of blossoming out. Now, I was going to do a really long distance bike ride today for the live stream. I was going to ride the bike out to Flushing Meadow from Manhattan. And the wind is just too strong today. See, now we're beginning to walk into the wind as we go west. That wind was going to be really strong. So I did not feel like riding a bike in the wind today. Good to see you, Dazapans. Welcome. I think I made the right choice, yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm always streaming when it's windy, Dan. Yeah, I wish I had my microphones. I wish Prism Live didn't have the software issue. I know, I'm always streaming when it's windy. I know. But I think I did make the right choice, NYC girl. I didn't feel like I was gonna ride the bike all the way out to Flushing Meadow and then all the way back. And I know the on the way back, we would have been just against that wind the whole time. And plus, when I was having lunch, the Duchess sent me a couple of Instagram posts showing some of the trees here in Central Park beginning to blossom. So I said, well, we haven't been in Central Park in quite some time. I just was not expecting the really crap signal down at the beginning of the park. See Midtown. We can see the World Trade Center from here. Look at this. It's a cool shot. So we're just to the north right now. We're looking south. We're along the very northern part of the reservoir. And we're at about, I'm gonna say we're at like 93rd Street right now. Isn't that crazy? Can you see One World Trade Center right there? How crazy is that? Crazy. Of course, the narrowest skyscraper in the world is right here. This is 111 West 57th Street, also known as the Steinway Tower, with a 1:24 width to height ratio. It is the narrowest skyscraper in the world. And you got One World Trade Center right behind it. And then that building with the kind of the three setbacks right there, just off to the tall building off to the left-hand side there. From 6th Avenue there, that's the MoMA Tower. If you look up MoMA Tower, I will totally live in the MoMA Tower. If anyone wants to super chat me an apartment in there, that'd be awesome. Isn't it lovely, ZZ? Good to see you. G of Jergs got a photo from this spot back in 2013, October. Thanks for letting us know that. Yeah, no, Karen, I've been inside 432 Park Avenue. I'll zoom in on it. We're in New York City, and I visited an apartment about halfway up the building. It was a $37 million apartment, $38 million apartment, and I was invited in there by my real estate friend, and got this apartment, and yeah. A whoosh of air would come in and out from the elevator shaft. It literally sounded like... you heard that sound, and then it was a very windy day, so you heard the building creak. It literally sounded like you were on a ship. I thought it was on a ship at sea, and are we gonna drop it out again, or are we gonna come back here? We're still here, ZZ. We're still here, ZZ. We're dealing with a very bad signal here in the park today. Good to see you, Robert T. Welcome. I think we're going to drop out again. There we go. There's Louise. Yeah, it's always usually to the windy days we have issues here in the park. Good to see you, Sal Muscles. Welcome. Yep, still here. I appreciate that, Lisa. Yeah, we're having some really bad connection issues here in the park today. It's a shame. It's all good there, Louise. Good to see you. The park is being a little tough today. Good to see you there, Michelle K. Welcome. All right, we have a maxed out signal now. Hopefully this will stay like this now. Just tuning in, Cynthia. Welcome on in. We got some beautiful, the best blossoming trees are coming up. So Walks in Camera is still here. Good to see you. Some of the best trees blossoming in the park right now are coming up. So if you're just tuning in, you're tuning in just in time. Early signs of spring here in Central Park. Good to see you, Fawn Marie. Aloha, Fawn Marie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Luckiest dog in Central Park. Luckiest dog in Central Park. Running free, no leash. Right, with that cute dog? Unbelievable. Only in New York. Look at the twin towers of the Dorado Apartments. 300 Central Park West. That is our address right now. So we're just at about 90th Street right now. Supposed to be on a leash, but you know. Supposed to be on a leash. Yeah, San Remo is a little bit further down. And that's like 74th Street. Exactly, Cynthia. I count my blessings every morning. That's why I'm doing these live streams for you. Let me get my cheat sheet. And I'll tell you. And of course the signal goes out. And I think we got our signal back. We're having, if you're just tuning in, everybody, we are having a real bad signal day here in Central Park. We really can't cut a break today when it comes to the signal. I can't get to my usual work here today because it's buffering so much. If you don't know, I do have signal indicators on my end. And this is streaming off of 2 signals, so we do have 2 connections today, and it just doesn't seem to be working very well. First signs of good. At least right as we get to the tree, the signal comes back. Let's see if I can hold the shot of the El Dorado here, and I can tell you some of the famous residents of the El Dorado. Hello there, Ambrose. Welcome. The sound is good, but we're having problems with dropping video frames here. Hello there, Activity 79. We really can't cut a break with the signal today. Yeah, we can't. We can't get it to work. All right, there we go. As you see, we got some early signs of spring here. All right, so let's see if I could do this here. Let me see, the signal gonna drop out yet again. Let's see. Okay, looks like it might be coming, maybe not. Wow, looks good to you. Yeah, we're moving around a lot. The connection is really moving around a lot here today. All right, so let's see if do you guys remember some of these actors and actresses? So right here in the background again, that is the Twin Towers of the El Dorado Apartments. And these are some of the famous residents who have, and still do, live in there. Yeah, we're losing viewers, Demolition Dan. Thanks for letting me know, man. So here's some of the famous actors and actresses here who live in here in 300 Central Park West. We have Edie Adams and Trey Anastino. We have Milton Donahue and Richard Dreyfuss and Faye Dunaway, Richard Estes and Carrie Fisher, Michael J. Fox and John Gunther. Ron Howard used to live in there, and Garrison Keller used to write in there. John Koch is a painter, and Ernie Kovacs is an actor. Sinclair Lewis, Groucho Marx, and Roddy McDowell. Moby used to live in there, as well as Marilyn Monroe, Patrice Munsell, Jack Pearl. Who remembers Jack Pearl? Marlo Thomas, Tuesday Weld, Bruce Willis used to live in there, amongst many others. You guys are still here. I appreciate that. A lot of famous people. KK13 is still here. Joss Dean is joining us. Good to see you, Joss. A whole mess load of famous people in there. We have wind, a bad signal. Nobody's watching. Everyone's tuning out. It's a tough day here in Central Park. It is a tough day on the stream in Central Park. If you stayed with me, I really do appreciate that. So it has been a rough day signal-wise for us in the park. It's been nothing short of frustrating because I don't know if my words are getting out. I won't forget you, Joss. Good to see you, Joss Dean. Welcome. Fawn Marie is still watching. Cats is still here. There you go. All the lurkers are still here, right? They come and go, Cammy. Watching on your TV. The real ones do stick around. Ain't that the truth? That is true. That is true. See, now we're getting these signal issues again. I appreciate that, Big T. It's a beautiful day in the park. Lurking hard there, Ambrose, as always, yes. Yes, indeed, Karen, yes, indeed. Oh, with this fakakta signal today. Colleen is still here. I'm not even going to attempt Strawberry Fields because I know if we get anywhere near there, the signal's going to just go completely out. ABX Girl is still here. All right, so this is the part of the park here where we have the trees beginning. Look at that's a beautiful shot. Look at that. Let's frame that up. Let's get you guys an early spring Central Park wallpaper. There you go. There you go. Look at that. That's a nice wallpaper. Snap, 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 snap. There is your wallpaper. There is your Central Park walking paper. I'm still waiting for my walking papers. They never gave me walking papers. Some streamers sometimes signal is better than we think. Yeah, I know. That's true. People. Hey, boy. And we got the nice trees. This is the spot of the park where we have like the nice trees too. That's right, cruising for a blues and knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'm still waiting for my walk-in papers. First signs of spring here in Central Park. Sean, good to see you, Sean. Sean, it seems like the east side of the park is doing a little bit better than the west side of the park, at least along the bridle path. Over by Quaker Hill, is that? And the Dene? Seem to have a couple of nice clusters of blossoming trees down there. I hope you're doing well, Sean. You and the bagels, hopefully everyone's doing good on this beautiful spring day. I know, it just keeps getting better. This is it. Spring is saying showtime, showtime. All right, now is the person who wanted to know about Seneca Village still here? If not, I will move on. Somebody asked about Seneca Village earlier. I doubt if they're still here. If they are, now is your time to let me know that you're still here. If not, I'm not going to talk about Seneca Village. Reservoir here, back in 1811. Good to see you, Penelope Gardner. Welcome.
I have a box of red marbles. And you have a box.
And then, of course, Central Park is built in 1855, and that completely erases any remnants of Seneca Village. But we're kind of walking in the southern outskirts of Seneca Village. And I hear a red-tailed hawk. You got it, Nibble. So Seneca Village, one of the largest free African-American settlements in the United States. Quite a few people live here by 1825. But here, when you're in Seneca Village, you get all these little signposts here, which tell you a little bit of the history as you make your way around here. And here is telling us about the connections to Lower Manhattan a lot of the landowners have. But if you come around this section of the park, so around 90th Street, this is Seneca Village right here. If you go to this website right here, this gives you a nice personal, like you could do a personal guided tour of this area, and you could find all these signs here. You know, it's great. These signs were supposed to be temporary, and now they've been made permanent. They haven't been moved. So we're just, let me see, we're at like 88th Street, 87th Street, roughly. This is the 84th Street Traverse right here. So yeah, 84. Let me see, not 82, 80, yeah, we're at 84th Street. 84th Street. The main area of Seneca Village is right down over there, just inside the park at 82nd Street. They run the marathon, eh? They run the marathon. They run. Oh, next time you find, well, think of the west side of the park, just north of 82nd Street. Like there's a kiosk. There's a big kiosk sign down there. We're just south of Summit Rock. Summit Rock is right up here. And Summit Rock is probably like the main area where they settled Seneca Village. We're actually walking in Seneca Village right now. We're just on the the eastern side. The eastern side of Seneca Village right now. We get some nice views from here because we're so high up. Good to see you, Michelle King. Welcome. Now they are milling and repaving the main drive here. So it's not the best time to be riding a bike in Central Park. Kind of like off-roading. The Central Park South Tower is this one right here. That is the tallest residential building in the world, featuring the world's highest private residence. featuring also the world's highest private terrace. Recently sold for $235 million. Yeah, no, Nibble, I wouldn't want to live that high up, and you know, these buildings are so fragile, you know. I like my little house, and you know, I like being close to the ground. Yeah, no, sunshine. I mean, I felt a little anxious when I visited 432 Park Avenue. I mean, I kept on thinking about if anything were to really happen, you know, how can I escape from this building? And I realized that there were really only 2 ways out, and both of those ways were basically next to each other. So, I mean, you know, I don't know how it would be to you know, actually, I don't know if it's like feasible to actually live in there, because it's your egress is just so tight. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, there's a blackout now, mind you. From what I was told at 432 Park Avenue, at least, is that 432 Park Avenue does have an emergency generator for elevator operations. So in case there is some kind of a blackout, the elevators will still operate. They can operate independently from the power grid for like 2 weeks. At least that's what they told us at the open house that I went to. Again, all I could think of was that, like, you know, if something's going on, how the hell do I get out? And I did, for shits and giggles, check out the emergency stairway, which, yeah, no, you can't pay me to live in that building. Good to see you, Audrey. How many floors is what? 432 Park Avenue? I think it's like 85 stories or 95 stories. Or actually, it might be 85, because the ceiling heights on 432 Park Avenue are 22 feet. So they have incredibly high ceiling heights. Yeah, I think it's only like 82 stories, 85 stories. You like that? You like those acoustics? Me too. I'm just gonna stay along the bridle path here, because it seems like I could maintain a halfway decent signal if I stay on the bridle path here. So that's what we're gonna do. We like those acoustics, guys? We are now approaching 82nd Street, 81st Street, where the Natural History Museum is, just off to our right-hand side. Also, the New York Historical Society is just off to our right-hand side. So the Rose Center for Planetary Science, the old Hayden Planetarium, is right up to our right-hand side. It's right over there. This is the main maintenance facility of Central Park. And it has always been here. It almost looks like all that equipment is like on display, right? Look at all of our equipment. Become a member of the Central Park Conservancy and you can get your name on our John Deere. Good to see you, Hank. Welcome. We're now just across the way from Shakespeare Garden and the Delacorte Theater. Delacorte Theater currently undergoing a bit of a renovation. A lot of scaffolding over there. And then straight in front of us here as we make the wide right-hand turn, but right in front of us is the Marionette Theater. That, of course, is the Swedish Cottage. The Swedish Cottage is a prefabricated schoolhouse built for the Philadelphia Exposition of 1876. And it was brought here after the World's Fair down in Philadelphia. Frederick Law Olmsted saw this schoolhouse, he saw this up at the World's Fair and said, "That'll be perfect for Central Park." So he bought it and immediately had it moved over here to Central Park. Today, this is home of New York City Parks Department's Puppetry Division. And the building is better known now as the Marionette Theater because we have marionette puppet shows inside of there. The Swedish Cottage. And with all the construction going on here, it's a little tough to even get into Shakespeare Garden, it looks like. All we could do is look straight into the Swedish Cottage. I'm gonna stay on this side of the pathway here today. And I think we can rejoin the bridle path here.
If your girl did OnlyFans and you took advantage of that financial
We're now just across the street from the New York Historical Society. Good to see you, Marty. Welcome. Good to see everybody, people. Welcome to Central Park. Oh, Nabul, you still here, Nabul? I got your graphic for you, Nabul, if you want. I got your graphic for you. Just for Nabul, I put together the top 10 largest parks in New York again. Colleen, you're more than welcome. The the San Remo apartments are now coming into view. Nebul is still here, and Neville's here. Good to see you, Neville. Here for Nebul, the top 10 largest parks in New York City. There they are. That's for Nebul right there. That's Nebul's favorite graphic. You never heard of number 2? Yeah, it's real. I got that from New York City Parks Department, Ambrose. And we will be visiting the green belt in Staten Island very soon. We are definitely due a visit there in the near future. Look at this view here with all the All the trees here beginning to blossom. Beautiful sunlight. No, Central Park is the 5th largest park in the city, yeah. 843 acres is Central Park, so yeah, it's not the largest. We have much larger here in New York City. I mean, Pelham Bay Park, 2,700 acres. So more than double. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, Karen. Pretty amazing. And we're also due a trip up to Van Cortlandt Park in the future too, as well. No, yeah. Isn't that crazy, Mark? Marine Park is big. The thing about Marine Park is that a lot of it is inaccessible. You can't really get to it. Just joining us, we're walking along Central Park West. And we're walking along the bridle path right now on the far west side of the park. Can't get more west side of the park than this, because here's the retaining wall right there. And we're now underneath the San Remo Apartments. Steven Spielberg has an apartment in the San Remo, as well as Steve Martin have apartments. Why is this path called the bridle path? Because this is where you ride your horses. As you see, it's a dirt path. So this is where, if you had horses to ride in the park, this is where you ride your horses along. You wouldn't ride your horses along the main drive of the park. That's for carriages. So usually along bridle paths all around the world, you ride a horse on it. But as you can see, there's not a lot of people who ride horses here in the park anymore. That's not to say, and I mentioned this earlier, that is not to say that people don't ride horses here in the park. People still do, but you need special clearances for that. I think Madonna was turned down from the San Remo and the Dakota. Yeah, did you backtrack a little bit, Marty? We caught some beautiful views of the trees. Absolutely gorgeous. Good to see you, Beverly Smith. Welcome. Early signs of spring here in Central Park. Now we gotta transition over here. Make our way off the bridle path and just go onto the regular drive here. No, Neville, no. NYPD could ride horses here, but anyone could ride a horse here if they own a horse. But you do need to contact the conservancy before you do such things. Good to see you there, Ange. Welcome. Any cherry? Well, earlier, Beverly Smith. Earlier, we had some blossoming trees. They're just beginning to start. Ange, you're just starting up if you haven't seen it already. They're just starting up, Ange. It's showtime for springtime. Showtime, showtime, showtime. And I hope you guys enjoyed Bay Ridge. Ange and Joe were down at Bay Ridge for the Bay Ridge St. Patrick's Day Parade. The last parade for St. Patrick here in New York. So it was fun seeing Ange and Joe walk the parade route. And I hope you guys enjoy. You guys went to Bridgeview Diner, huh? Did you guys enjoy Bridgeview there? It's a classic Bay Ridge diner, Bridgeview. Yeah, it was fun, right? It's a community parade. When you guys went to Bridgeview. I haven't been to Bridgeview in a while. Oh, you had an Irish coffee at Bridgeview? What? Nice. Here's the Dorado Apartments, right over there. And then just to next door, that across the street to the left-hand side is the Majestic Apartments. Full bar, nice. Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome. Well, that's the Bridgeview for you. Community parades. And of course, as we get to Strawberry Fields, the connection gets shit again. The connection gets shitty again. Just gotta keep moving. Hey, there you go. This signal is tough today, guys. And I don't know what is up with the signal here in the park. It is awful today. In general, the signal is bad, but like today, it's like, it's probably some of the worst signal I've had in years. We're just across the way from Strawberry Fields. And now I'm reliving my walk with Yoko that I took right here. Yeah, everywhere is getting sketchy, right, Ange? It's weird. Do we have it? I wonder, you know what I gotta do, Ange? I gotta see if we're having any sunspots. Because you know sunspots affect the cell network, right? Doesn't matter if you have like multiple like I have 2 connections going right now. I have the T-Mobile and the Verizon connection going. And they're both like all over the place. I wonder if we have any sunspots. And boom, there it goes. Are we gonna hold at 45? Please hold at 45 for me. Okay. Me and Yoko Ono walked right here in this park, right here along this path here, and we talked about how pretty the park looked in the snow. Well, Ange, yeah, no, the thing about here's the deal with Prism Live. Prism Live does like they have it, the app has its own buffer. So this is why Prism Live is more this is why it's more reliable than the YouTube app. So good to see you there, Strawberry. Welcome. Just past Strawberry Fields, right up there. Yeah, it's you know what it wants to make me do, Ange? We both got to get that. We got to get some encoders, and then yeah, I know citing quality. Yeah, that's true. No, we need to get encoders, Ange. We gotta do the home server live stream. We gotta do a STR or RMTP to our home computers. And then you get a crazy long buffer. The buffer is like almost a minute. If you ever wonder why some live streamers never drop out, but their delay is crazy long, that's what they're doing. So I'm thinking that's going to be the only way. I've been meaning to set up an RMTP or a SRT server. I know that's coin. I know we need more coin. I know. I need about another, like, maybe if I could get 50 more channel members, then I could afford it. If I could get like 50 more channel members, because the cheapest service, the cheapest setup is like $188 a month. So become a channel member so I can start getting the SRT server set up. All right. Everyone loving the squirrels. If you want to watch a movie about squirrels, The Great Rupert. It's a great movie from the 1940s starring Jimmy Durante. And The Great Rupert is my favorite movie about a squirrel. And if you've never seen it before, it's definitely good for Christmas time. But it's good any time of the year to see the movie The Great Rupert. I will. Yeah, no, Ange, we have a problem with possums right now in Coney. We're having a serious problem with possums. The possums are destroying the garbage in Coney. Now, since we had such a shit signal, should I keep the stream going? You guys want to go through Midtown a little bit? Let me know. Because we really did have a crap signal here in the park today. We should just maybe keep it going. Maybe keep the stream going on a little bit longer. What do you guys say? Please continue. Okay. We'll keep going. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Tavern on the Green here, use the restroom really quick, and then I'll come right back. But we'll keep going. We'll walk through, we'll do some Midtown now. I can't stay in the park, SW, because the signal is awful here in the park. And we have done a whole loop of the park at this point. We've been in the park now for just about 2 hours. But all right, talk amongst yourselves. Make friends with your neighbors. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, everybody. Hey, there it is. Hey, first person syndrome. Yay. Main character syndrome. Yay. All right, kids. We're back. No, Neville, they do not. They do not, Neville. All right. I guess we're going to do, and let me update the title here. And then we're going to do an and more now. And more. All right. We have updated the stream name. We're now going to go into Midtown. We're going to go into Midtown. And maybe even further south. Let's see where my feet take me, huh? Right? We should see where my feet take me, right? What do you guys say? And Karen J. McLean with a $2.79 Canadian super chat. Karen, thank you so much for joining today's $2.79 club once again. Much appreciated with a big $2.79 Canadian super chat. And guess what? No, you did $2.79. That's a channel membership. That's $5. That's $5. Thank you so much, Karen, for being a channel member. Shout out to all the channel members for having faith in me as a content creator. Thank you so much for being one of us. One of us. Gooba gaba, gaba, one of us. One of us, people. Yeah, that's two. You did two $2.79 chats. So that's $5. That's $5. All right. Let's walk through. You know what we're gonna do? Might as well. Let's go straight down Broadway. Let's go down Broadway. Let's see how far we can go until my feet start hurting, huh? Because we literally walked around the park all the way up to 90-something Street, like 95th Street. We already have done a lot of walking already today, but I'm gonna keep going for you guys since we have such a crappy signal here in the park. It's a shame because so many of the trees are beginning to blossom. I really wanted to show that. I'm also noticing that as we get towards Midtown here, the signal's getting a lot more reliable. I know, right? A bargain, right? It's a bargain for everything I show of New York. It's a freaking bargain. I sound okay. Thanks for letting me know, SW. Oh, really? If I was live streaming paint dry, I would not do that, Strawberry, but I appreciate that. Yeah, no, we're not. We're on data. We're on data. We're on two different connections. We're on T-Mobile and Verizon. We're on mobile data connection. We're not using Wi-Fi. You can't really live stream on Wi-Fi. I don't know if you know that. Unless you're like in like unless you're in like a museum or something like that. You don't really use Wi-Fi. Now, for this contraption that I'm using, the T-Mobile service comes off of a Wi-Fi router, but that Wi-Fi router is connected to mobile data. And then my Verizon signal is the Verizon cellular service. We're on the 4G because 5G is nowhere near as reliable as 4G. So go figure. We're on 4G LTE. That's all we need. The 5G system, 5G network is just not built out. I would make paint dry and captivating though. I agree. 220 Central Park South is this shorter building right here in the foreground. Good to see you there, Davina from Tucson, Arizona. How much does what cost? A mobile Wi-Fi router? It only costs like $50. It's not expensive at all. And then I spend $17, $18 a month on a cellular bonding service called Speedify. So the router is cheap. I bought it at Best Buy, and it's a pay-as-you-go. It's a pay-as-you-go system there. Yeah, no, it's not expensive at all. It's just the monthly cost, you know, like I spend $56 a month for the T-Mobile service. And then, again, Speedify costs like $18 a month. And that bonds my cellular and Wi-Fi connection into one fat connection to broadcast on. It's a VPN. There you go, Karen. That's pretty awesome. All right. I guess we're going to do Times Square. You know, there's a lot of variables, Neville. You can't simplify cell phone data service. There's a lot of complexities that go to getting a cell phone connection. And especially in a place like New York, those variables constantly change. That is not to say that we can't have service like they have in Korea or Japan, but even I've seen live streamers in Korea and Japan have problems as well. But there's a lot that goes on into it, you know, and if you don't know, all cellular service is on the FM spectrum. Frequency modulation. So it's an FM radio broadcast I'm doing right now through this cell phone. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Exactly. We're gonna leave Central Park here at Columbus Circle. And we're gonna go straight down Broadway. Exactly, Strawberry. No, Central London. No, I've noticed a lot of streamers have issues with connections as well in London. Yeah, London's notorious for having a bad cell service. It's tough to live stream in London. All right, Columbus Circle, everybody. It's not a unicycle, it's a one wheel. And that's a gyro stabilized kind of motorized unicycle. It's called a one wheel. Hey, this is where Lonesome Rhodes lives. Marsha! You live right there. Lonesome Rhodes lives right up there. The Museum of Art and Design is across the street. This is where they're still having the Barbie Cultural Icon exhibit. Still ongoing. Cyclists almost took out the dogs. I don't know how that would have played on the live stream, but it wouldn't have been good. Ooh, it's windy right here in this corridor. Sorry about the wind noise, everybody. Sorry about the wind noise. Welcome to Broadway. And see now the connection is like decent now. Now it's like good. Even though there's a ton of people around us.
I think the last time I saw you was
57th Street, Billionaires Row. We're now here at the 8-level Nordstrom's. This is where the Central Park South Tower is. And we're still going south along Broadway. Wouldn't be New York without scaffolding. Hey. You know, if it wasn't so breezy, it'll be pretty nice out here today. The breeze is definitely freshening up the air just enough that it makes it a little chilly. As we get closer and closer to the Petri dish. I forgot Nibble's other favorite graphic, which is all the songs that were produced at the Brill building. I gotta get that fixed up again too as well. And by the way, yes, we are in the... That's a... Why does it have a New York Press license plate? What news agency does this vehicle work for? Let's see, chat, do you still have me? Oh my goodness, there she is. Good to see you, Jen City, welcome. Hope you're doing good, Jen. Hope you're doing well. Oh. I need a break. Waiting for the Colbert sign. That's a horn, right? As you get closer, your eczema flares up. Good to see you, Jen. Welcome. The Daily Bugle? I don't know. I don't think that's a real publication. Oh my God, you're gonna pick up your bike? Nice. I hope all the kinks have been taken out of it, because this is we're in biking weather now. We are in biking weather. That is for sure. It's getting warm.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's gonna be a much better day than today. Tomorrow is going to be the nice day. Coming up to the Applejack Diner across the street. That's where they came up for the concept for Ain't Gonna Play Sun City. Inside the Applejack Diner. Hey, you guys following Jen City? She did a live stream on her Super 73. She made her way down from, what was that, Bed-Stuy down to Coney? That was cool. I gotta get me one of them Super 73s. I'll give her a follow. Grow that channel. Yes, yes indeed, Jen. That would be awesome. Here's the Applejack. Ain't gonna play Sun City, moi. Yeah. Oh, do you see the just for you, Carrot? We'll walk underneath the Colbert sign. We'll stay on this side of Broadway right now. That's very true, Strawberry. Very true. Wow. A lot of construction going on here on 54th and Broadway. Good to see you, Denise. Welcome. Studio 54 used to be right up this block, yeah? Oh, awesome. The bus is blocking the whole street. Love it. Got a little trip planned tomorrow. Nice. Oh my God, is that Larry David? That's not Larry David, right? Ooh, it's showtime. Ooh, I forgot. Good to see you, Brooklyn Joys. Welcome. Ah, it's audience load-in time. Yay! Yay! They're all gonna go in. Were you Karen? Yay! Audience load-in time. Man, you know, I used to practically, in my high school days, I practically lived over here. I'm the old, Jen, you remember the old Roseland? Used to be right there. Now this ugly fakakta apartment building is there now. The Roseland was my favorite venue. Out of all the music venues, the Roseland was my favorite. Jimmy Fallon is awful. They're all, you know what? All late night sucks. All of it. It all sucks. Too much politics. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Fallon might as well be the fifth hour to the Today Show with a live band. I mean, for God's sake. NBC. Anyway, right, Jen? You remember we had good times. I'm telling you, that's 90s kids. We had good times in the Roseland, right? I know so many iconic places gone forever. It's kind of sad how many great music venues we've lost throughout the years. It really is. Ooh, look at this. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. At the tunnel, there you go. My sister used to go to the tunnel. I mean, Colbert is I've been to Colbert show, so I mean, he's I guess the most chill, but ain't gonna be no more Conans anymore. Ain't gonna be no more Lettermans. There's sure as hell gonna be no more Johnny Carsons. And hello to everyone who's just joining us. Hit that like button. Let's get to 300 likes. What late night shows do I watch? YouTube. LP Walks. That's my new late night show. LP Walks. He comes on at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's the overnight shift here in New York City. That's the late night shows I watch. Or I watch maybe vintage episodes of Cheaters or Maury Povich. That's my late night shows. Dang, coming fast. It's like he's driving fast for congestion pricing. Like and subscribe, that's right. Yes, indeed, Strawberry. Telling me? It's tough. Good to see you there, Stonk Mark. Welcome. It's tough being funny and not like alienating people on certain sides of the political aisle now. It's like, it's tough. It's tough. That's right. What the world needs now is magnesium. Oh, this Ellen Stardust Diner. Yay! Why are they all so bad? Because they talk too much about politics in their comedy. You know, all the late night shows, it's like half of the stuff is comedy. It's just, it's a politics comedy, and that shit gets boring after a while. But I think the worst late night show out of the three is probably Jimmy Fallon. I never liked Jimmy Fallon's just too fucking vanilla for me. The only good thing Jimmy Fallon did is he brought the Tonight Show back to New York. That's literally the only thing. After Jay Leno completely ruined the franchise. Can't we all agree that Jay Leno ruined the late night franchise, the Tonight Show franchise? Can we all agree with that? You know, it used to mean something. It used to mean something, the Tonight Show. Now it's like completely meaningless. That's true, Strawberry. That's very true. Right? Never cared for, right? Nobody of substance cared for Leno. You know, people who drink non-alcoholic beer for flavor, you know, that's a Jay Leno fan, you know? Let's be honest. Oh, this is the Brill Building, by the way. This is the Brill Building. So much great music has come out of the Brill Building. No, exactly. I mean, the Roots is probably, you know, D Dirty. Having the Roots on as the house band is probably one of the few redeeming factors of Jimmy Fallon. I mean, Jimmy Fallon is perfect for like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I mean, this is how far gone we are. So it's like, he's perfect for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. They would have never given Arsenio Hall the Tonight Show because he was on syndication. Wow, crosstown traffic's pretty good right now. No, Conan, I think for our generation, Rich, I think Conan was the gold standard. I think Conan, especially in the early years, if you remember Conan between like 94 and like 97, that was probably like the best. That was the last of like the real late night shows, the real late night show hosts. Good to see you, Arjan. Welcome. And let me tell you something about Conan. Conan is a class act, all right? They don't make him like Conan anymore. He's old school. That's why I like Conan so much. And from what I saw on the Academy Awards, he did a halfway decent job. Lopez tonight was okay. It was really nothing special. You know, nothing beats early Letterman. Nothing beats Letterman on the morning show. Who's ever seen clips of that on YouTube? Who's ever seen the David Letterman show that used to air at 10 o'clock in the morning on NBC? That shit was weird, man. But you can't do comedy like that anymore because of the internet. The internet just ruined everything. Yeah, the early Conan was the best. I could tell you right now, Liz, back in the 90s, they used to beg people to go to Conan O'Brien's show. They used to beg people. I could get my friends together, and I told my friends, if we're at 30 Rock, by 3:30 in the afternoon, we're getting into Conan. And I remember like if we knew there was going to be a musical artist we really want to see, I used to get all my friends together, and we used to get there at such a perfect time. I knew when to get in line to get the first row of seats. I used to know exactly when to go. Yeah, Leno was dead to me. Listen, Karen, what he did to Conan, what he did to Letterman was bad, but what he did to Conan was like unforgettable. But when Conan got together with Letterman on Letterman's show, after that, all that shit happened, that was some of the best TV. That might have been some of the best TV we've had at the very end of, you know, like kind of just going into pre-internet times, you know? That was some of the best comedy. Gone forever. Pineapple Water. Good to see you, Pineapple Water. I'm happy you're here too as well. Welcome to Times Square. What did Leno do to Conan? You don't know about that? Never look it up, man. Just look it up. That's like that's like really well-known television history right there. So you just look it up, man. Oh my God, did you see that? Our Mike, did you see that with Edie McClure? Holy shit. Damn, we're bringing out the old references now. I'm loving this. I mean, I grew up with Carson, but then I was a Letterman guy. But then when Conan, I was a teenager during Conan, so That's my generation. I'm Conan. And we're lucky to have Conan. We're lucky to have Conan. Aww. That's nice. Doing God's work. Doing God's work. Do you need a hug? I might rob you, but do you need a hug? Welcome to the Petri dish, everyone. The Petri dish is really Petriing. Do we have like pseudo-famous people over there? We do. We have like we have like famous people over here. Who's over here? Yeah, exactly, Brooklyn Joys, exactly. Hey, we got like famous people over here. We have like famous Broadway people over here. All right, are you itchy? Don't worry, we're gonna get out of here in a little bit. Ooh, the park is really coming together. The park is really coming together. Let's look at the park. I did see Max Weinberg many times. Look, there's the new park right up there. That's going to be one of the highest outdoor observation, well, one of the highest public observation decks in the city. From what I hear, it's supposed to be a park. There's going to be no charge to go up there. I have a feeling they're going to sell tickets for it. They're going to change it last minute. They're going to sell tickets to go up there. But there it is. You're more than welcome, RJ. Now, let's continue on. It's always busy here. It's Times Square. It's Times Square. Look at all these signs here. They don't got these signs in Nebraska. Yeah, right, exactly. It was like how the vessel started off free. Exactly. Oh my Lord. They got so many things here in Times Square. Good to see you there, Wilbs. We're just walking Times Square. That's what America is. This is a representation of New York City. Oh, what the fuck is this? I gotta walk. Damn nabbit. Why are they all scared? They gotta get closer. Okay.
Starting off right
And working our way out.
Starting off right
And working our way out.
New York City.
Hey, this is, I'll tell you this right now. This is not a accurate representation of New York, okay? I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you think this is New York, it's not. This is Times Square. Now I came here to see Carson Daly and the Teller Request Live. They got him behind TV screens. I came here to see Carson Daly and his windows there. And he's behind some fucking TV screens. I came all the way down here to see Carson Daly. Why is he behind TV screens? I wanted to see the junior golfer. I wanted to see Carson Daly. Is Simon Rex is pitch hitting for Carson Daly tonight? Oh my Lord. Okay. I gotta put my arm out. Do I have to put my arm out to walk down the fucking sidewalk? Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, it's true, Susan. And I gotta be playing a banjo in the background. I need a banjo to play. Hey, not this Simon Rex, I think, is filling in for Carson Daly today. But he's behind a fucking TV screen. Look at some more Showtime dancers over there. Wait, 2 fucking corners with the Showtime dancers? That is not an accurate representation of New York City, people. That is not an accurate representation of New York. I tell you what, at least Times Square has a good connection. Shit, we have a maxed out signal here. Yep. Crossroads of America. That's right. Damn, we got an expensive camera, man. Shit. Guy walking around with a red camera here like it's nothing. All right, so now this is the southern area of Times Square, also known as Scam Square. If you're going to be scammed anywhere, it's going to be in this section right here. Especially if you go to Carlo's Bake Shop here in Times Square. You're definitely getting scammed if you're going in there. We came through here like a month ago. We always end up coming through here for at least once a month, Pineapple Water. At least like once a month we come through here. But I'm already over it. I want to get out. And we're just going to keep walking. Oh, Bearded Conan was my favorite too as well, Mark. I like Bearded Conan. You know, Conan O'Brien was so great, he gave Insult the Comic Dog, Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, a platform. Was Elmo eating the signal? Not surprised. Yeah, it's Belmo or Felmo. Belmo or Flelmo. Not Elmo. They do not have the copyright clearance. Flicky Mouse. Icky Mouse. It's Icky Mouse. Icky Mouse. Icky. Brother, brother, oh shit. Hey, 42nd Street, the Deuce, everybody. We are at the Deuce, and we are at the beginning of the Lincoln Highway, right here. Now I can never not see this sign. There it is. We're at the beginning of the Lincoln Highway. You could take the road beginning here at 42nd Street and make your way all the way over to San Francisco on the Lincoln Highway. It begins right here. What's that, brother? Brother, brother, what's that? Yep, the very beginning of the Lincoln Highway. The great American story. Yalla, 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 yalla. Wow, they got like a whole store in the... That's pretty cool. Yeah, no fake monks today. No. No fake monks today. Oh, shit. Oh, I like that. That's cool. The Art of Times Square. Oh, I like that. Oh, let's take a look at that. That's cool. This is like all like your generic New York City things. You got your pigeon driving a taxi cab. I think I saw him in the movie Taxi. He was starring in the movie Taxi Driver, that pigeon right there. They got a Metro card, which is going to be phased out, and the old school coffee cup. And of course, your Chinese food takeout, your everything bagel with cream cheese, a piano bar, your playbill, your pretzel, your broken umbrellas. Hey, the red steps where you could read with Cookie Monster. I'm assuming that's Cookie Monster right there. Construction cones and construction barrels. Of course, prerequisite Polaroid of the Times Square Ball, and of course Statue of Liberty on a keychain. Yep. That's New York to me. You gotta get an Elmo costume, be a star? Hells yeah. If Elmo can be here, Elmo can be everywhere. Yeah, what? No scaffolding? There's scaffolding down there, Robert. It's not on the artwork, but it's in real life. All right, what do we have here? 41st Street. Bryant Park is up that way. We're continuing south on Broadway. Oh, I guess this plaza is closed due to inclement weather. Let's be rebels and walk in the plaza. Esteban Fernandez. Good to see you, Esteban. We did we did an okay loop of Central Park. We had a really crap signal in Central Park today. So we're just keep on keeping on right now. Yeah, I know, inclement weather, right, Strawberry? I think they forgot to take those signs in from yesterday. I don't know how you could close the plaza for inclement weather, but I guess it's the first time for everything. Yeah, maybe it's too warm. Sorry guys, the sun is shining today. We gotta close the plaza. It's too much inclement weather. Lisa, maybe somebody will discover me on the live stream. You never know. What license plate we got here backing out of this parking spot here? This is Missouri? Ohio. That's Ohio. Ohio driving like a freak. Yeah, the weatherman says average, right? Yeah. No, it's true. Weathermen do want drama. Weathermen do tend to want drama. Where is he going? He's like pointing directly at me. If he hits that gas, he's going into us. Yeah, the out-of-towner from Ohio. They need to make more highways. They got a Florida license plate here too. They need to make more highways here. We need a nice highway here that goes across Manhattan. This morning I was actually watching a interesting video about what we almost had of the Mid-Manhattan Expressway that was supposed to go along 33rd Street. It would have been a double-decked highway that would have been like 20 feet in the air. You know, it would have been an elevated highway. Oh my God. Awful. Scary. I'm so happy it never happened. Jose Torres, #1, the sugar daddy #1. That's right. Look, everyone, this is my, so we finally have come to my contemporary art piece here. This is called Garbage Can Gang. And here we have many garbage cans, all from the Garment District Alliance here, all wrapped up conveniently with a simple caution tape here, showing the futility of society in an ever-expanding universe. Don't be the garbage can. Break out of the ordinary. Don't be normal. Be weird. It's the Garbage Can Gang. That's my contemptual art piece there. I made $500,000 putting that together right there. Thanks to the Garment District. Thanks to a lovely grant from the Garment District. Don't be a garbage can. Don't be a garbage can. This guy almost walked right into me. Hilarious, people. Hilarious. He's just walking out. I will watch out for rats. How long before those cans get torched? I think we're going to have the bonfire tonight. We're going to light the garbage cans on fire tonight. They got the union guys coming down. They're going to do free overtime for us. They're going to light the garbage cans at midnight. We're going to ward off evil spirits. It's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna light up all the garbage cans. It's gonna be a big bonfire. All the crazy people in Times Square, they're all gonna rally around the trash fire. The seance begins tonight at midnight. Oh, here's my other art piece coming up. Here's my latest contextual art piece here. This is called Tables. Don't be boring like a table. Here, the tables in their uniform lines are showing how normal, how much the corporations want us to be uniform in their distribution of our goods and services in a modern world. Don't be like the tables. Quit your corporate job now. Be your own individual. Express yourself, no matter how weird, and don't become the table. This is my latest art piece right here. Oh my God, we're already up at Macy's already. Holy shit, we were all the way up at 95th Street, and now we're all the way down by Macy's now. Well, the tables are interactive. You're meant to eat or place things on top of them. So yes, they're completely interactive. You too can be part of the art by simply placing something on top of the table, or using the table, or feeding the dog from the plate on top of the table. Who remembers that line from Goodfellas? Please stop feeding the dog from the table with the plate on top of it. Oh, we got crosstown traffic. Yeah, Brooklyn Joys, it's pretty sad. But we were there for that. I was happy to document that. And they closed forever 2 hours later. So we were there within 2 hours of them closing forever. That was sad. Yeah, that was sad. And obviously I couldn't use the actual sounds from the inside of the store because they were playing like Rihanna and stuff, so. All right. Let me check something here before we continue on. Hey, remember when A&S went out of business? I remember when A&S went out of business. It was a sad time. It was a very sad time. Does anyone remember the artwork of the banana? Yes, I do. I remember that. Of course, Pineapple. I remember that. The banana that was duct taped to the, yeah. I didn't get that on live stream, but yeah, I remember that art piece. That's like some stupid Instagram shit, you know, or TikTok shit. This live stream is more so of a meaningful art piece than that. Oh, what I give for a coffee right now. When I head home, get together with the Duchess, I'm getting me a freaking coffee. I need a coffee. Your boy tired, man. We just did like about 15,000 steps on the live stream. We just did about 15,000 steps. I need a coffee. We went all the way up to about 95th Street. in Central Park. And then we did a little extra here through Midtown. Your boy tired. Your boy is tired. Yeah, I gotta get Dunkin'. I need me some Dunkin' Donuts. Let's take a little break here. Maybe tomorrow we'll do that bike ride I want to do for you guys. I want to do a bike ride for you guys for the stream.
So I ended up going to George's crib.
Hey, talk about, that's a Banksy piece of art. That was Banksy. And I do remember that. Way! Here's the top of the clock. 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, everybody, 5 o'clock. Just like that. Yep, Banksy did it. That was a Banksy piece. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Strawberry. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Hey, oh my goodness. Do all the seats around here have bird poop on them? Do all the seats around the park have bird poop on them? Okay. Let's try over here. All right. This is good. Yeah. Oh, my people. Hey, just like that. There we go. Sorry about that. Can't you tell I'm tired? Ouch. Michelle, you're more than welcome. Do we have any final comments, questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace, because my feet hurts. Yeah, the Gimble's tired too. The Gimble's tired, the phone's tired. I was a bike messenger in the 90s, Paulie. Now I do bicycle tours. How many broken noses, people? I'm not liable. You're supposed to wear a helmet. Catch the replay, Deb. We went around Central Park. It was okay. The signal was awful in Central Park today. The signal was awful. You're more than welcome, Cammy. Hopefully we'll be back at it again tomorrow. There is no plans for the Macy's flagship store to close, no. I wish we had a better signal. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, considering. But let's do the big thank you. think it was only Karen who sent me a super chat. So thank you so much, Karen, for sponsoring today's stream. Yes, indeed. Karen J. McLean with two $2.79 Canadian super chats. I'm glad I got you through work, Margie Blah. Shout out to all the channel members. Thanks to all the channel members for having faith in me as a content creator. It's much, much, much appreciated. Oh, Karen, big hugs to you too as well. We tried our best to live stream in some tough situations today. And hopefully next time when we get to Central Park, we'll get the signal gods will bless us. But yeah, good to see everyone. Thank you so much for hanging on out. And from Macy's Herald Square, this is Dutch Moss signing off. Have a fabulous New York day. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.